Which one are you guys?
And welcome to the Grand Expo.
How high was your Highness?
Good job, label.
I left it on the whole shop. It's like some big million food. You left it on and
Would you like a ballot?
Of course.
And do you need a pen?
Of course.
Okay. Ephraim Lerner will take you through the first exhibit, Moshe.
6 months before Moshe was born, Amram and Yochebed got remarried because Miriam told them Moshe had to be born to take the Eden out of those. When Moshe was born, that whole house lit up because Moshe was so holy. Moshe was put in a basket and taken down the river 3 months later. Basa came and took him out and took him to the palace. At the palace, when he was 3 years old, Moshe went and took the crown off Pari's head. So they had a test with him to see if he would touch the coals because they were fiery, or the gold to see that he wanted the crown. Bilam ran away from Pari because there was rumors that Moshe would kill him. Cush was at war with Moab, and when they were away, Bilam took over the capital of Cush. When they came back, Moshe helped them recapture the city. Here's Moshe at the burning bush. Here's Kriyas Yamsuf, the Yidden walked straight through, and Pari's army drowned.
The second marriage of Amalek.
Here's the war of Amalek. Moshe raised his hand. The Yidden had the chocolate in Hashem and won the war. When Yisro came, Yisro helped set up judges so that Moshe didn't have to sit all day, and only the most difficult cases came to Moshe. Even nowadays, Moshe still judges all the Yidden. Here's Har Sinai. Moshe didn't just get the real Torah, he also got the hidden Torah, HaChassidus. He was the first one to ever learn Chassidus. That's why we have him in the Expo, because this Expo is all about Hishtalshelus HaChassidus. Moshe passed away at Hannibal, and we don't know exactly where his cave is.
Who are you supposed to be?
What?
Moses?
Okay, so you press the button here, then you grab the ticket, then move on, and this is the Zohar, the book that the Shvi made, and then here is the river, the carob tree, the cave, the Rabbi Shem Bar Yochai and his son, they buried themselves in the ground and learned Torah the whole day, and then these are the Romans looking for them. And then this is Lag BaOmer, the day that he passed away. This is the bonfire, these are the people dancing, and that's it.
That's where's your cave.
Here we have the results exhibit. When the result was younger, he learned by the river or a stretch of water.
Wait, all your fish are dead.
Here is the Arizal's learning by the river. Another thing that Arizal was famous for was for making the Cheder, and then the Alter Rebbe took the Nusach of the Arizal and made the Cheder that we're using today. And there's a tribute.
Here's a game of the Arizal. You can pick 1 through 10. Which one do you want to pick? Number 5. Where was the Arizal born in? Answer is Germany. If you want, you could have a lollipop.
What?
Hashem did $5 during his lifetime. And here is when the Mashiach, when he's going to come, Mashiach answered. And the wasp of the Chassidus spread out. And here is flying ladder. Now Hashem did his ladder, it's the ground, it's flying. And here the wasp of the Chassidus. And Hashem did sparring. That's for shame. And here's a story about that if you want. If you're going to feed up. This is on the Mizrachi Maggid, and when the Mizrachi Maggid was 5 years old, his house burnt down, and I can't speak loud, my throat. So he saw his mother crying, so he asked his mother, why are you crying? So his mother said, I'm not crying over the loss of the house, I'm crying over the loss of the family tree that went all the way from David. So the Maggid calmed her down and said, don't worry, maybe you lost this family tree, but greater descendants and generations to come will be great. Over here we have 3 sparring that every Yid has to have in their house. One is the Kotem on Tanya, Mr. Shemtai, and Magid Yaakov, which is for our unit. One of the ways that you can tell that this was written by the Mizrachi Maggid is because if you take the last 3 letters, Daled Vav Beis, it spells Dai. Dai is the name of the Mizrachi Maggid. Over here is the Mizrachi Maggid's house. He lived in a broken down house, and he taught children Torah. One of the things we can learn from this is that even though the Mizrachi Maggid, the Mizrachi Maggid had a broken down house and it was hard to teach, he still taught, and when he heard the children hearing saying words of Torah, he felt like he was the richest in the world. Our theme is the Alter Rebbe. The Alter Rebbe's name is Shnei Ar. Shnei Ar means two lights. One in English and one in HaChassidus. 2 Chassidim were should we spread Chassidus openly or we shouldn't? One is it shouldn't. So if we spread Chassidus on the floor, like this is not people should Chassidus. Why should we spread it openly? So the Alter Rebbe said no, you gotta there was a king who had a son who was very, very sick. Doctors from all over the world came. No one was able to cure him. Finally, one doctor came and said, you take the ground children, turn into a liquid, and one drop of it falls into the prince's mouth, then it'll be cured. And on the way, the Alter Rebbe said the same here. On the Chassidus, a crown jewel of Hashem, if we put into the world, one drop falls into its mouth, the whole thing is worth it, even if the rest spills. Here, the Alter Rebbe is going to be interrogated. While being interrogated, I'm going to be interrogated. He asked, "Can you stop the boat so I can down to the Shalom?" Sailor said, "No, I'm not going." So the Alter Rebbe stopped the boat by a miracle and said, "Kiddush Shalom." And he said, "I parted Kiddush Shalom." Then he continued the boat and then continued going and he said, "Kai, can you stop? Can you stop the boat?" The sailor said, "If you can do it yourself, why should I?" He said, "If you." The Alter Rebbe said, "I don't want to do it out there. Nice. I want you to stop it." So the sailor said, "If you give me a bracha," and he gave him a bracha. Alter Rebbe was down in the middle of religion Shana Tovkuf Menkes, a new life came into the world with the birth of Tzemach Tzedek. 3 years later, on Gimel Tishrei, his mother, Rabbi Tzedek Leah, gave up her life for the Alter Rebbe and passed away. When he was only 12 years old, he began writing his own Chedushim. One of his most famous Chedushim that he wrote is called Cheder Menachem. Tovkuf Samach Daled, he married Rebbe Chayolim. For 14 years, Tovkuf Ein Dal, Tovkuf Pei Zayin, he locked himself up and learned Torah in seclusion. Tovkuf Pei Hey, the confidence period began when the Tsar commanded all Jewish children to come and train for the army. What he planned to do was make them forget their music. At Tovkuf Pei test, after a year of persuasion from HaChassidus, he finally accepted the Messias. Tovkuf Gimel, the Maskilim, tried to convince the Tsar to make a decree to forbid any printing of Spartan and publishing any works of Kabbalah Chassidus. The Tzemach Tzedek went to St. Petersburg to fight this decree and was successful and it was cancelled. The Tzemach Tzedek got sick. 6 years later, on New Gimel Nisan, when he was 76 years old, Tzemach Tzedek passed away. Tzemach Tzedek's most famous pistol is Chocolate Zion.
Excellent. And go.
Here's the Rebbeim Maharash. The Rebbeim Maharash was sick his whole entire life. He had problems with his body, that he needed to move around a lot. And he was very rich, so we had 2 gold watches. He had a very nice house that we built over here. And he also had a golden cane, 13-branch candelabra, and his famous thing was a Hashtalshelus, and you're supposed to go over, not under, and you should congregate Sahara. And here's people over here. Someone's trying to say Chayolim, and the other person's trying to tell him someone's trying to tell him to go play ball, and he's saying, no, I'm gonna overcome my turn. I'm gonna sit down all the time because I'm set to do that.
This is number 11, the Rebbe Rashab. So first we start when the Rebbe Rashab was a boy. He used to play a game with his older brother, the Razal. So the Razal wanted to be taller than the Rebbe Rashab. So what did he do? He pushed the Rebbe Rashab inside a pit. So the Tzemach Tzedek saw this, and he said, it's not how you got higher. The way to be taller than your brother, you go on top of a bench, and you're taller than your brother. So this is a lesson in life. You don't push someone down. You yourself go higher, and you'll be higher. Next is a lab. So once a chassid went to the Rebbe, and he said, what is a chassid? So the Rebbe said, a chassid is a lamplight. Just like a lamplight, he goes from one lamp to the next every day. So to a chassid, he lights up everybody from Shabbos, their lamps, their lights, and they could light lamps to everybody else. They could be their lamplighter. Next is a matzahs, just like, so the Rebbe is a Rebbe, so he did his job as a Rebbe, and he sent matzahs to the soldiers, Jewish soldiers in Japan. Next is Time Chayolim. So the Rebbe established a yeshiva of Time Chayolim. So it used to be in the other yeshivas that they would have a set time for Nigla, for Gemara, but they won't have a set time for Chassidus. So the new yeshiva, they made a set time in the yeshiva for Chassidus. So next is a sign. So first is Rambam Chassidus. The Rebbe was the Rambam of Chassidus. Just like the Rambam put together all the things of Allah, said it in a certain order. So too the Rambam, and so to the Rebbe, he put
sent to the Frierdiker Rebbe to his house. This is Nachmanson and Lulav arresting the Frierdiker Rebbe while he's in dinner. So here's the table. This is the newspapers talking about the Frierdiker Rebbe's release and imprisonment. This is when he got sentenced to 3 years in Kostroma. This is the earliest picture of the Frierdiker Rebbe. This is when he first arrived in America the first time. And Nachman is going to explain that.
Once there was a story with the Frierdiker Rebbe when he was a baby that the Rebbe Rashab, his father, wanted to give him a kiss. He decided to give him a HaChassidus kiss. Later on, when he grew up, the Rebbe Rashab gave him a mimer. The Frierdiker Rebbe, and which has 2 stories in it. The first story is the story about when the Frierdiker Rebbe was when in jail when he was a kid because he hit the policeman. And the second story is about when he shared watermelon, and his father said that I saw you shared it, but without a good eye.
So this unit is about the Rebbe. So we start off with the Messiah that the Rebbe instituted, and we made a model of each one. Like we have Limit Torah, we have Neshek, we have Mezuzah. Made a model for every single one. I'll give you a moment to look over them. Like for a letter in the Torah, we got a letter that a real cipher would write. We have Rambam. Here we have Abbas Yisrael. We have Sfarim. And we have Toras on Then over here we have the logos of some of the organizations and institutions that the Rebbe was in charge of, like Tivas Hashem, Merkis. We have a printer for Kahas. And then over here we have Sfarim that the Rebbe wrote. We have Cheder Menachem. We have the Rebbe Kinder. We have the Kotei Sichais. And here we have dollars with the Rebbe. And if you look, you'll notice that the faces on the people are the faces of the members of our unit. It's not just any people, it's our unit who's getting dollars.
We want to get a bracha to win.
And then over here we have a story.
Back to the book.
Yeah. When the Rebbe was a child, there was a pogrom in his village, so all the townspeople went to hide in a bunker. But the children in the bunker were scared and they started crying. And the Rebbe was afraid that if the mobs would hear them, they would find them and that would be the end. So what he did was, he went to one child and he handed him a candy. Went to another child, he gave him a little ball to play. He went to another child, told him a story. And so on and so forth until all the children were quiet and the mobs didn't find them and everything was alright. So even though the Rebbe was just a child, he knew exactly what to do to calm down the children. And over here we have a picture of 770, and the lower left corner is the Rebbe's room.
And the Gematria
is 770. That's our unit.